Hey guys, so I wanted to do something a little different today. As you guys know, I like to teach. I like to kind of explain how things work some of the time. And yes, I do it in the beginning of my videos, but I also like to talk about it if I see certain comments. And this is nothing about anybody that left the comment. I think there's just a lot of misconceptions when it comes to using tools and cards and things like that. So I thought it would be something good to do a video on. That doesn't mean that you have to believe in the tarot cards. That doesn't mean you have to watch them, but they are part of my channel now. They are part of the work that I do because Spirit led me that direction. And I'm going to explain why. So the thing is about any tools that you use, whether it be tarot cards, pendulum, and rods. Now I've just started the rods. Everything takes practice. It's going to be hit and miss because nothing's perfect, but they are an extension of you. So the thing with rods and pendulums is you can move them with your mind if you have feelings or thoughts about things. So you have to be able to clear your mind completely. That's where I have a hard time with them. But they are being used through your energy, and your guides can use them through you, and they are an extension of you. Same thing with cards. They are an extension of you. Now, I learned this, and I didn't know this about John Edwards until recently, but he actually started with tarot cards, and he still uses them in his readings, regardless of that he's this good medium and he's famous and everything else. He still uses them because he explains them as symbolism. So we're using the symbolism of the cards to get more of the story. So he uses them in his private readings, not necessarily mediumship, although you can use them that way if you know how. And just because you use tarot cards does not mean you're not gifted. When I first started doing readings, when I got to the level that I am now, and I still have a long way to go, I actually started with tarot cards. Tarot cards, oracle cards, tools will open you up to spirit because they are an extension of you. So it all goes along together. It's okay for mediums to use tools. You see mediums that use pendulums and rods and cards, and they're famous. It does not mean just because they use a tool such as a card that they are any less good or that they are relying on that. It's for more information. Just like you see the psychics and mediums learn astrology. I'm a little rusty on that. I haven't been able to because of the heat, so we are behind on everything. I don't know if I'll ever finish it. Maybe one day, but I know more about it now than I did. And that it goes along with it. So when you put all these tools together, it gives you kind of like an arsenal to use in cases or whatever you may use. And Spirit has put me on this path of learning tarot because there are a lot of like collective readings I could do. I don't know if you guys have ever seen people that do them excuse me, on YouTube, and they have a lot of followers just for collective readings, and I listen to them myself, and even though they're collective and even though they're general, there's things that some of them have said that have actually happened, and they're just tarot cards and being intuitive, and it's a collective reading. Like, I've had one of them said I was boss up and get a car, and I did. I had them say I'd get animals just before I did. So there's certain things that they do pick up, and that's something that I'm learning to do because Spirit led me in that direction. Everything I do on this channel is Spirit led. If they say use a tool, it's for a reason. So if we go back to the cases where I started using cards, the reason why I like to use cards is, one, it's validation from what I'm seeing and what I'm getting. Because when you're doing these types of readings, it's really hard to just trust what you're getting because you have nothing to validate you. So it helps me like validate and understand that, okay, yes, this is why I'm getting it. And then it gives me extra information. For instance, on Mamta, the one that I just did, um, the cards said an affair, which there probably is one because of what he Googled. And it kept coming up in the cards. I didn't get that in my reading. So the cards give extra information that I might not get as a human. I'm just a human connecting to another realm, and I'm not going to get every single bit and piece of information. It's just not possible. And sometimes spirit is stronger, sometimes they're not. Every case that you work is different. So are the cards always right? No, but they've been pretty freaking accurate in all the cases that I've worked. If we go back to, I think it was Matthew and Savannah, they were more accurate than my reading was. That happens sometimes. So I like to use them as a tool for extra information, extra insight. There's nothing wrong with that. And when you're doing a collective reading, that's something you need to do because it's very hard to tap into the collective just channeling. So using those tools to channel off of and retain the energy off of and give the intuition off of it it makes it a little bit easier. So just because you use cards does not make you're not gifted. Actually, John Edwards said if you are already a psychic medium and you use the cards, they will be that much more accurate. So it's just a tool that goes along with your gifts. It doesn't mean, again, that you don't have to use real gifts to use them, because a lot of people channel off the cards. And I've seen a lot of tarot people be accurate with that. It's all in how we perceive it. But at the same time, how we perceive symbolism and readings is the same way. We can misperceive. We can misperceive the cards. We can misperceive that. So we're always trying to learn, evolve, and grow. And we always want to use all the arsenals that we have at our what's the word I'm looking for? We want to use all the tools we can to try to locate or get more information on a case or in a reading or whatever that might be. Do I use them in my private readings? No, I don't yet. I'm not good enough for that yet. Do I practice on TikTok? Yes, and they've been pretty accurate. I'm still learning and growing with the regular tarot cards. The straightforward ones I kind of get, but can I misperceive them? Definitely. But I can also misperceive a vision or a symbolism that I get from spirit. So, that's something that I wanted to teach, because I think there's misconceptions that just because you read cards means you have no gifts. That's not true. Not only does it open up your gifts, it expands on your gifts and it gives you more information about what you're trying to read. Does that mean that you want to, and some people will just read cards their whole life and some people will expand. So I've already expanded, and it's not that I'm going backwards. It's that I'm learning a new tool and a new skill with my readings, because it does give extra insight. Like I said, the reading I just did gave me information that I didn't know about the affair. I didn't pick that up. For whatever reason, I didn't pick it up, but the cards did. So that just shows that working it through me as an extension of the user. So it's using your intuition, it's extension of the user. And a lot of people may not understand how they work. It doesn't matter. They tend to work. So, and again, this is not like a video to like make you believe or anything. This is a teaching subject. This is try to get you to understand, because there's misconceptions because people say they don't believe in them. I've seen them be highly accurate in collective readings. I've seen them be highly accurate in personal readings. I've seen them be highly accurate in crime readings that I do. Otherwise, I would not use them. Spirit is the one that led me down the journey to get that, and it will expand on my gifts. It will help me grow even more. Because you can get hits off the cards sometimes as you pull them. I'm not there yet, but some people can. But I've noticed when I'm pulling cards, sometimes I will get certain visions again or whatever. So it's all everything carries energy. Okay, cards carry energy. Your pendulum carries energy. Your rod carry energy. And all of that is just an extension of you. So I wanted to put this lesson out here, because it's just because you use tarot cards does not mean you're not using your real gifts. You are. You're still using your energy. They're still an extension of you, and your gifts expand on how accurate they will be. So, like John Edwards said, and I don't care if you like him or not, he's famous. He's been doing it for a long time. I don't talk bad about other mediums that are out there. So I don't care if you like them or not. I learn from all the different mediums that are out there, and I watch and I understand and I grow too. And that's what people need to do if they're going to be doing this type of work, because it's about understanding, it's about growing, it's about evolving. And I'm always after things to grow and evolve, because I'm an Aquarius. We're about innovation. We're always about evolvement, for us to be better and be the best at what we do. And that's basically what I'm trying to do, is get as much information as I can that I can't just get as a medium. Yes, I can get a lot as a medium, but I'm not going to get everything, because I am just a human. People think that psychics and mediums know everything. Unfortunately, we don't. We know only what spirit gives us. We know only what we're allowed to know in the certain time that we're allowed to get it in. And every case is different. Every energy is different. There's cases I've worked where I haven't gotten barely anything, and it's very confusing. And there's cases where it's bam, very strong, and I've gotten a lot. And I'm not meant to work every case. That's why I kind of go where I'm led. So this was Spirit's calling to do this, and they have a reason for it. Just like anything that I bring to my channel, even if people don't like it, it's not up to me. It's up to Spirit. I am very spirit guided in what I do. So there's a reason, and if we look back at the readings where I've used them, they've been very accurate. You can't go back and say no, they haven't been accurate, because they have, especially the reading that I just did. I did pull some for Lacey Peterson. I have not got them out yet because I was thinking about doing a little bit of channeling with it, but my allergies are crap. Long story short, my dog got out. I was trying to fix an area to where he wouldn't get out, and I was all in the weeds, and now my allergies are jacked up and I'm exhausted. And I'm trying to get things done today, and because I have to do lives the next couple days. Because it's the end of the month. But I just wanted to put that out there and try to squash the misconceptions of what tarot cards are and tarot readers are. Most of the time, tarot readers are psychic or mediums or both or intuitive or clairvoyant. We all have different gifts. Sometimes it's stronger, sometimes it's not. Sometimes they're able to understand the cards better than I can. And everybody is intuitive. Regardless of what you do, you're always intuitive. The tools help you bring out the gift because they help connect you to the divine. And so whenever you're using that, they've been used for ages. They've been used way back in the day. Gypsies used them, and they were accurate back then. So this is a tool. These are tools that have been used for countless ages. And what I want people to do is, yes, you can have beliefs that they're not accurate, but I really want you to have an open mind on this channel and understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, and kind of try to take the lesson of how things work so that you can understand it. And yes, there's good tarot readers and there's not good tarot readers. I'm still learning that. Am I going to get everything right all the time? No. But again, cards are just symbolism that you use, no different than when spirit gives me symbolism. And now whenever I do readings, if there's a specific card that I know that spirit wants to show me as a symbol, they'll show me that card. And so it goes hand in hand with my gifts. So I like them, and whatever I like and I feel drawn to use, I'm going to use, because I feel like it gives me extra information and it validates what I've already gotten. As I've explained multiple times, I like to use multiple tools for that reason. When it comes to the pendulum and rods, they're still iffy with me. I still kind of say don't take it like, yes, this is for sure, because it is an extension of the user. Now, how have I seen psychics and mediums that can literally pendulum on a map and locate a body? Yes. I've seen them use rods and do the same thing. So it all just depends. I haven't been able to do that, and I'm trying different techniques. And I don't know if it's because my mind gets in the way or because I already think something, so therefore I can't clear my mind of what I already think and what I already feel, or I'm not as in tune. I'm not really sure. But my pools seem to be more accurate than my pendulum. However, the pendulum isn't far off, if that makes sense. For instance, when I was trying to help Chastity, and I think she wanted to come on and talk about her situation, because it's like that's the work that I do, and she's been in that situation now. Like, I was specifically drawn to this word on the map, Sandy something, and I was drawn to that area. I kind of ignored it. I used my pendulum and my rods, and I kept getting this same spot. Now, he could have been there at that spot when I used them because he was wandering around, but he ended up at Sandy, where I was drawn to. So whenever I get pulled anywhere on a map, like I always tell people, I can get pulled in various reasons for different reasons. Like, it might even not be who we're looking for. It could just be something happened there. It could just be somebody else's there. It's very hard. For me, it's hard learning my pulls in my direction and why I feel what I feel. And once I get pulled there, it's like, how do we know why I'm pulled there? You know what I mean? Unless there's some kind of evidence corroborating it. Which a lot of the places that I was pulled to for Mamta seem to be clicking. Anyways, so not to get off on that whole tangent, the whole point of this video is to teach you how tarot cards and tools work and how they're used. And it's not to call anybody out. It's just to try to explain and teach you so that you can understand and evolve and maybe have a different outlook on it. And like I said, you have very big psychic mediums that use EVPs, they use cards, they use pendulums, they use rods, they use different kinds of tools, because it's great to have all that in the arsenal, because we are just a human and we need those tools to help. Just like any craftsman would use a tool, it's no different. And it is all very much. And there's been times too, I want to put this out, where I've gotten cards and I've been like, that doesn't seem right. And I put it back. And that card was right and I was wrong. So that card was more accurate than I was. And specifically with Audrey, for instance, because I was confused with Madeline and Audrey because they were missing at the same time. So I was getting into the woods and I was seeing somebody sinking in water. And I was very confused. Madeline's energy was stronger than Audrey's. So I was torn between the two because they were missing at the same time and they were both pulling on me at the same time and their readings interconnected. So when I pulled water for Audrey, I second guessed it, took it out. Even though I saw a girl sinking that looked like her, the woods threw me off. So that's when my mind gets in the way, and that's when our mind can have a problem on things. When we start to get in our head and overthink and second guess, which is what I do constantly. So I'm constantly fighting like things that I'm thinking versus things that I'm feeling, and it's very hard to decipher that sometimes. But the card was right and I was wrong. So and I'll always admit when I'm wrong. I'm not perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. No psychic medium is perfect. We're just not. We will. Spirit is always right, but we are not, because sometimes it gets lost in translation, and sometimes we misunderstand and misinterpret, and sometimes we just get it wrong. I mean, we're just human. We're just human connected to a higher vibration. We don't know everything. So anyways, I just wanted to explain how tools work, and you can use them hand in hand, and that's why I use them. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you understand more, and I don't even remember what I said now. So until next time, hope you guys enjoy that little teaching rant.